Hello and welcome back to Misrepresented. I'm your host, Lisa Opie, and before I introduce today's guest, I want to thank our sponsors, PinkApple Dresses, for dressing us today, and the Code Creatives for production. Today's guest is Julia Johnston.
Hello.
Julia is an entrepreneur, model, recovery therapist, and Miss Grand USA candidate dedicated to helping others unlock their full potential. With a background in wellness, fitness, combat sports, and pageantry, she advocates for the duality of the modern womanhood, empowering women to be both strong and feminine, ambitious and authentic. Through her work and personal journey, Julia inspires resilience, self-trust, and purposeful growth. Welcome, Julia.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited you're here. And it's like so weird to see you in Miami because we met in California.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I remember that day.
That was so fun. Can we talk
So
about
much
it?
fun. Please.
Yay! Okay, so Miss Grand California was really interesting because they did like a different approach to pageantry. So tell me how you felt about that whole experience.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it because I did California USA in 2024, and I feel like it was such a high pressure environment
Mhm.
that I almost feel like it prevents girls from showing like their true personality because they're stressed out.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like with this format, the girls were more able to kind of like be in their own space and element and energy. And you also got to feel yourself in like the gown and the swimsuit. You got to try like everything at once. And I think it just changed the energy completely. Like, I enjoyed it.
I really liked it too from a hair and makeup perspective because there weren't
Right.
really like any deadlines. So like if we're running like 5 minutes behind, that's
Yeah.
okay. You know, we could
Yeah.
make sure that our work was perfect, and we were also able to be
Yeah.
on set and like touch you guys up to make sure like the shots were perfect.
And they were
so good.
They were so good.
Your gown picture, oh my god.
gosh, you guys killed my makeup.
Oh,
I felt so. I like when I tell you, I don't know if I've ever felt that just like on like immediately. I was like, I got out of the makeup chair. I was like, oh, here we go. Here we
Wow.
go. I was obsessed.
And you signed up like super last minute.
Literally, I signed up the night before, like 2 nights before.
You're joking. What was that
No.
like?
I honestly, it was funny because I wasn't even supposed to be in California. So yes, so I have a client and she was looking for houses in LA, and I was like, okay, like I'll come help you. Um, and so while I was there, I had been thinking about coming back to pageantry, but like kind of quietly, like okay, like maybe And I was like, Grand seems like such a fun system. I wonder what Grand is up to. Like literally, my thought process was like, I wonder what Grand's up to. And I saw like, okay, like this state's done theirs, this state's done theirs. Like I even looked at doing Grand Czech Republic because I'm half Czech. Like that's how like I was just kind of
So
like,
you already wanted to go.
I was kind of sussing it out. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so then I looked at California. I was like, let's just see what California's up to. And I saw that Candace had become the director. Mind you, Candace was my pageant coach for California USA.
Oh my god.
And I was like, stop. So I just called her. I was like, am I seeing this correctly? She's like, yeah. And I was like, when is the deadline? And she was like, it's literally tonight.
Oh
and I
my
was
gosh.
like, oh, can I come through?
Wow.
She was like, yeah, come.
Oh my god.
And I booked you guys. I
Mhm.
booked everything that night. And then literally I had like 12 hours. Literally, I think it was the next day. I'm not even
my
kidding.
gosh.
I like paid for everything. And then I was like, oh, it's tomorrow. So, and I was supposed to fly home literally during the shoot. And I pushed my flight back. I was like, I have to try this.
That was commitment.
I know, really was.
Because I talked to you while we were waiting for your Uber, and I'm like, okay, so you're gonna fly commercial back
Right.
home.
I was supposed to be on a jet. And I remember your face. You're like, you did what?
You're gonna fly commercial.
But that is
Oh
commitment.
my
And here we
gosh.
are. Like,
Yeah.
it worked out.
Oh my gosh. So how did everything go for you?
It went well. I mean, I think that like, so I have been in a love-hate relationship with California, like from the beginning, because I feel like California is such a big state that representing California, like there's always something behind it. Like I feel
I
like
get it.
California is just such a hot topic, so I really enjoyed the experience. And then I was really happy that, the girls that got to the top three, like I thought that was great. I was like, yes, like, because I know Tyson, I know Keisha. So I was like, okay, cool. And then I was just thinking to myself, like, do I still want to do this? Because I think the first time I did California USA, it was such a difficult experience for me emotionally and mentally because I didn't realize like the amount of politics behind it. Not to get too deep into those,
Okay.
but like we know that there's a lot of politics in pageantry. And I went into California, USA being like, I really want to represent the things I feel passionately about. Like for me, the things that I feel strongly about, it's not a show. Like I genuinely care a lot about what I put into things.
Mhm.
And so when I didn't end up doing Grand California, I was like, okay, like how do you really feel about this? And I was like, honestly, I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I'm so comfortable within myself that like I do things because I genuinely just want to try it out. Like I
Yeah.
just want to be in that space. I just want to represent the things I feel I represent and who I am as a person. And I really don't have an investment in the outcome, but I have an investment in doing it to the best of my ability while I'm in it, if that makes sense.
No,
You
definitely.
know, so I feel like, when I ended up getting Grand Colorado, I was like, okay, cool. Like, here we
Yeah.
go, like, let's go. Let's really get in there.
And like now
So
you have a stage, but you
now
have the good
yeah.
pictures to promote.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it worked out perfectly. And I think that's the thing about like timing.
Mhm.
Like, if this opportunity had come to me a year ago, I wouldn't have been ready because I wouldn't have
Yeah.
been really able to like stand on business as me and like go into a pageant system and be like, look, I have short hair, I have tattoos, I'm an athlete, like I'm not maybe what you would typically see on that stage, but like I know who I am, so I'm fine with that.
I love it.
You
And
know?
that's also very grand. I feel like it's like you just have to be your true authentic
It
self and
is.
they embrace that. So that's what
Yeah.
I love about grand.
And Grand also, like the cool thing about Grand is they're super, I don't want to say over the top, but they do value a level of like extra, so
Yes.
like you can be extra and they love it. And I'm like, cool, like let's
I
just get
love
in
it. That's what I
there.
like. That's why I love Grand because it's so
Yeah.
entertaining.
Bring it. Yes. And like but the thing that's so cool too is while you have that side of things, I've discovered with every girl in Grand that I've met, everyone is so cool. Like
Hmm.
it's not what you'd expect out of a pageant. And I feel like maybe in other systems there's a level of like competitiveness that ends up being like pettiness.
Yeah.
But I haven't found that in Grand. I've just found everyone is like doing their thing,
It's like one big family.
It is. And
Yeah.
that's like even at swim week, like everyone was just like, yeah, like
I
here
love it. Oh my gosh,
we
wait, so how was swim week? I forgot that just
are.
happened. Oh my
It was so much
gosh.
fun. I had the best time at swim week.
Yes.
It was, and I saw you were eating it up. Every single time I saw you post on Instagram, I was like, oh
But
my
you
gosh.
too.
No, no, no,
You
no,
look
no.
so
Moment for
good.
you because I was like, oh wow. Like every bikini you put on, every
Oh
look,
my
you ate
gosh.
it. I was like,
Thank you. I feel like I was like 6 places at once because I was like booked
yeah,
for shows in different locations on the same
yeah,
day. There was
yeah.
like one day I did 6 shows in one afternoon.
That's
And I'm like,
insane.
how did I do that? I don't remember, but it looked like I had fun. No, literally, there was so much happening at the same time. And
So
even for
much.
you. So with Miss Vizcaya, what was
Yeah,
that
I loved
like?
it. I
Oh
loved
my
it. I
gosh.
feel like okay, so I feel like doing Miss Vizcaya was like for me just like the perfect timing for everything
Yeah.
because with Grand in August, I was like, I want to do something that I feel like I'm getting my feet wet. I'm getting into the mindset of like walking
Yeah.
and being just on, because with that, like you do have to be in a certain energy to perform.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna go for a walk on the runway.
No,
Like we
no,
may act like that on TikTok, like
no.
going for a walk,
Mental health
but it's
walk.
it's not that.
No.
No, it's like your mental health after. You're like, how am
Yes.
I doing?
Oh my gosh.
Literally.
Yeah.
But I loved it, and honestly, like the way that Miss Vizcaya is structured is you just are having a great week. Like I felt like so motivated, not just in terms of modeling, but also just like being around the female energy of the
Mhm.
girls and like the like even the makeup, like everything was just so motivating,
I love it. And it was also like a sisterhood,
It
right? Like it was a good group
was.
of
It was a really
girls.
good group of girls. And I feel like because we had some girls that were super, super young, but they were like, it was like almost like, I don't want to say mentorship, but I feel like the older girls could kind of be like, yeah, like come try, like try this, or like this is like,
Wow.
it was actually super, super dope.
Oh my
And I feel like
gosh.
that's something that you don't always find in pageantry or in like a swim week. Like it can be more competitive than that. But everyone was just like, yeah, like, do you need this? Like, do you need a lip gloss? Do you need a water? I was like,
Oh my gosh, I love
yeah. Oh, it was
that.
so much
And
fun.
like Franz works really hard to make sure that like everybody gets something out of the experience and you get your money's worth because like I know
You
there's an
do.
entry fee, but at the same time, like he wants to make sure you get everything that you pay for
Yeah.
and more.
And you do. I mean, honestly, the dinners were like
You
amazing.
went to Queen. I'm so jealous.
It was
I love
so
Queen.
much fun. I've never been to Queen.
Oh my
But I saw a girl coming from the ceiling. I was like,
gosh.
oh, come on. This
Oh
is
my
everything. It
gosh.
was, and the food was
Yes.
bomb.
So good.
And just like the whole thing, like, even like, because I feel like Franz, like a lot of people who would put on something like a Miss Vizcaya, they wouldn't be so hands on with it. Like Franz was literally with us, like in Queen, like, everything. And it was like, oh my gosh, this is actually an experience that the creator of the experience is also enjoying. And
Yeah.
that changes the vibe too.
Yeah.
So I had the best time. I was so sad when it was over.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
like, where'd everybody go?
I know. It's my favorite week of the whole year. I just love Swim Week. I love Miss
Yeah.
Vizcaya. Like, it's just so, so fun.
So much fun.
The
It
best.
was the best, yeah.
So, Colorado Grand. Why Colorado? I'm from Colorado, so
I
I'm
know.
really excited you're representing my home state.
I'm excited as well. Well, so my brother went to the Air Force Academy. So he was
Okay.
stationed in Colorado Springs. And so when I was young, like little, we lived in Nicaragua for a few years and we would go and visit my brother in Colorado Springs. And I just
Wow.
remember being like, this is a magical place. And we'd go to Denver, then we went to this lake. I wish I remembered the name of the lake, but my mom had a friend that had a lake house. So we would spend like quite a bit of time in Colorado in the summer. And I just remember being so mesmerized.
It's
Like,
so beautiful.
I've never, because I moved so much growing up that like I never really felt like I had a home base. So there's certain places that we would spend time, especially when we lived out of the country, that I just felt like a special connection with. Like Colorado was one of those places that always stuck with me. The people were so nice.
So nice.
Like literally anywhere you went, people were helpful. They were kind. They were like, and there's so much history with Colorado as well. Like I think that especially because our theme this year is stop the war and violence, and like Colorado has such a rich Native American history. Like there's so much that's happened in Colorado. Yes. And I just think we have a duty as Americans to preserve what we have in this country. Like Colorado has the most beautiful landscapes. It has like a lot of areas that are untouched, that are like sacred land. And it's like, those are the things that we should be focusing on protecting, instead of like everyone's trying to build a development here, or like, it's like, no, we have these beautiful places that are ours. Like as a country, they're ours. So why would we not preserve and protect them? Like that's one of my
and Colorado's doing a great job at protecting the nature, so hopefully they keep it up.
Oh, I hope so. I feel like also like there's something to be said about it being Native American land and territory too, because you can't just like go into those places and be like, we're taking this.
No,
you can't.
And it's sacred ground, and I feel like when you go like to like Garden of the Gods or like any place like that, you feel the energy. Like you're like, oh yeah, it is sacred. Like you just feel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like the first time I went to Garden of the Gods, I think I was like maybe 8 years old, maybe 9. And I will never, like, still to this day, I have flashbacks because it was just overwhelming. Yeah. Like, the energy, even as a child, I was like, this is something I've never experienced in my life. And I was living in Nicaragua, which is gorgeous. Gosh. Yeah, like insane. But I don't know. I think like people as a society, I feel like we tend to forget that we are energetic beings and we're spiritual beings. So like when you go to a place like Garden of the Gods, it's like, oh wow. Yeah. Like there's definitely something much bigger to all of this than just us.
100%. Yeah.
Ooh, Colorado.
I mean, I'm biased. I'm like all of Colorado, honestly.
Yeah, but Colorado, I mean, even like the water is so clean. Yeah. Like it's just, I remember that lake. We could go swimming in the lake. Like, it's small things, but important things. Yeah. So I'm excited. I feel like I had a long conversation with the directors of Grand about like the states and like, going into it. And I just felt like Colorado just also because of the nature preservation and just like the things that I feel are important, like, preserving what we have, really reconnecting with ourselves in terms of a wellness space and with nature and like all of that. I was like, it has to be Colorado. It has
I'm
to be
excited to see your
Colorado.
state costume.
Me too.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like really taking the time to honor the parts of Colorado's history that I feel like go with our theme this year. So
Mhm.
I may have to consult you on some things.
Okay.
I'm so excited though.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you have so many interesting things that I want to talk to you about, which is why I invited you on this podcast because you filmed a music video.
Yeah.
Where was that?
Which one?
Wait, what? Okay, so tell me about all of them. There was one, it was like a fun fact you did at California Grand.
Okay. Yeah. I was a singer
Oh my
professionally
gosh.
for professionally 6 years. So when I lived in LA, I ended up becoming a singer. It was an accident, like literally an accident. I was there for
Wow.
acting, and I went to like I'd been acting since I was a kid, and my commercial agent was like, "You need to go take singing lessons." I was like, "Okay," like, and then literally I fell in love with singing. I was on a plane back to LA. This was like 2015. And I was like, oh, like I really want to be a singer, but I don't know if I can. And I just like prayed in the plane. I was like, if I'm going to know what to do, it's going to be on a plane because there's nothing holding me.
Yeah.
Like it was weird. And so I
Yeah.
just heard this voice in my head and it said, sing. I got off the plane. I quit everything to do with acting. I went to Guitar Center, bought a mic, a pop filter,
Oh
and
my
like a
gosh.
keyboard for my laptop. And that was it. And I signed my first record deal 2 years later, three years later.
Wow. Are
Yeah.
you still singing? Please say
No,
yes.
I mean, to myself. Like
Wow.
my music, I think for me, what changed is I realized like the business aspect of music was something I could not swallow because I made music because I loved music. Like, but I wonder, and I don't know the answer to this, if I was more of somebody that just was as a creative, like I'm so inspired by sound and by writing and by emotions. And so that's why acting appealed to me. That's why like different creative things appeal to me. But I mean, I think like for me, singing, just being a singer is, I just didn't feel like I could fully encompass all parts of myself. Because
Mhm.
once you get into the machine that is the music
I
industry,
know. You kind of have to like sell your soul.
yeah, you do. And also you're gonna like you become less of a person and more of a artist. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I felt like because I spent most of my 20s in that, and I feel like by the time that I left, I was so confused. Like, am I? My name was Ruelia at the time as a singer. I was like, am I Rue or am I Julia? I don't know who I am.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I was really blessed that I was able to leave the way I left. Like I could just walk away. I didn't owe anybody money. I didn't owe anybody contracts. I didn't
Wow.
owe anything. And I was just like, I don't feel like this is a place where, because I want to get married and have kids, like eventually, like I don't want my kids to be around this.
Yeah.
Like
It's just not,
it's
even
not
yourself
healthy.
though, it's just not a healthy environment.
No,
So,
it's not healthy. And like I still have a lot of friends who are in the music industry that I'm very close with. Like I didn't lose my friendships, but I also realized like so I was able to be around like the top level of success in music, like the biggest, like if you consider making it and what it looks like, I was around those
oh
people.
my god.
And I say that to say that a lot of them, and maybe they're happy now, but when I was around them, they were not happy people. There was so much like substance use, not from me, but from the people. I was like, oh, they've made it. They must be happy. They have everything that I think I
Mhm.
want. And I would see behind the scenes and be like, oh, wow, this is not like maybe they're enjoying the vacations or whatever. But in terms of like oneness with self, this is not what I want.
Yeah.
It doesn't look fun. So I was like, nope.
Oh my god.
Gotta go.
So now what are you doing?
So I'm in a time in my life where I want to do everything. I don't know,
I
like,
love that.
yeah, like
Do everything.
I think you should. I
Yeah.
feel like I've always tried to, kind of preemptively limit myself because I like the security of saying, my name's Julia, this is what I do. But honestly, my name's Julia and I want to do everything. Like, I don't, that's why I think entrepreneurship is so important because you learn how to not necessarily be a jack of all trades, but you learn how to learn a trade, apply it, see if it works for you. And if it doesn't, you learn how to move on.
Yep.
And so for me, pageantry is like a passion project because I think development as a woman, you can do so much self development in pageantry because you have to look at how you walk, how you talk, what do you care about, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
You know,
And it makes you so powerful in the
so
process.
powerful. And you also learn how to relate to other women because, especially in today's society, I feel like there's so much to tear women away from each other. Like, so much competitiveness. You know, social media is always trying to like be like, oh, this girl's better than this girl because she has this many followers, whatever. And it's like, well, why would you focus on that and not like maybe this is a girl you really want to be friends with? Like,
Exactly. Collaborate instead of compete.
collaborate. Exactly. And I feel like that's what pageantry is for me is it's a collaborative process. Like even during Miss Vizcaya, there was so much to gain from watching and being around the other girls. Like truly, and the photographers and everything. Like if you open yourself up to collaboration, you will walk away in anything with so much. And so pageantry is that for me. That's like my self-development. I am a recovery therapist, so I do massage, stretch therapy, cuppings, like all of it. And that's physical labor. So that's like a thing that I'm trying to walk more away from because I think the more that you can learn to trade your time, like if you can keep your time but
Yeah.
still make money instead of have
100%.
to give away your time to make money, that's powerful. So my goal is to begin to like cultivate an event and eventually a wellness space for people to come to that it's like a full recovery process because a lot of us are so burnt out. Like our nervous systems are fried.
That's me right now.
Yeah, I'm sure because you're nonstop.
Yeah.
You know, but like the thing is there's a balance because we are in a time where like you do have to hustle. But like women are also supposed to sleep like 10 hours a day. So how are we going to bridge that gap? Because
Yeah.
I love to work. I'm sure you love
Love
to
it.
work,
Yeah.
but there has to be like a place that you can come home to yourself and then recover and then go back out. And so for me, a goal of mine is to create that, you know, that we can like enjoy everything, but also come back to ourselves and like reset and then go back out.
What do you recommend right now for women that are burnt out? I'm
Ooh.
asking for a friend.
Oh my gosh. Well, I would say so much of it just comes back to your mental state because we tend to internalize everything.
Yeah.
So we tend to internalize what someone said to us, or maybe some people don't, or like what someone's emotional state was, or how the day went, or how this didn't work out, or if this is going to work out. Like, we're receiving so many signals and information throughout the day that if we're not cognizant of our signal intake, we end up carrying it all.
Yeah.
So then it's like, why am I so tired all the time? Well, because your brain is trying to process like 50 things at once that actually have nothing to do with you. You know, like I don't know if it's going to work out, but it's not for me to figure out. That's already done. So I think a big part of it is literally the easiest and yet hardest part for many people, which is just like alone time to process. Right. So, like for me, I can always tell when I'm starting to burn out because I start feeling anxious. And then when I used to just have panic attacks. Now when I see the warning signs, it's like I've gotten so good at pinpointing my warning signs and then I just sit down with it and I will write everything out like,
Wow.
okay, so I'm stressed about this relationship, but why? Because it's not working or because I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, cool. Move that out the way. I'm stressed about building this business. Well, is there anything I can do about it right now? No. Okay, so move it out the way. Like there's this radical acceptance that comes with just realizing like you are doing the best you can. And everything that you can't do is literally not yours to do. And you let it go. It's like this constant process of like acceptance and letting it go. And so I would say for the nervous system, like kind of learning how to read yourself, like taking the time to invest into yourself in terms of learning yourself, learning your triggers, learning where you're at, and then honoring that, because my nervous system was so messed up for so long that I like, even though I feel very strongly and I'm working so much on like building this space for others, I'm still building it in myself. Like
Mhm.
your body, I mean, your body holds the score of everything that has happened to you. So, another part of that is also literally auditing your life. And this is where a lot of people hate this part. It is auditing your life and just literally being like, this does not serve me. If I'm being honest, this has to go.
Wow.
If you can't, if you cannot make peace with a situation, it has to go, because all you're doing is literally frying your brain, like trying to make something work that does not work for you.
It sounds like you've been through something like this before.
Oh,
What happened? What did you
yeah.
have to get rid
Oh my
of?
gosh. I mean, what have I not had to get
Oh
rid
my
of?
gosh.
Literally, when I tell you, like, I have had to get rid of almost everything because okay, so I was a singer. My whole life was
Mhm.
around this career that I built up in my head. Like, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that, I'm going to do this. So that was my first segue into like destroying my own mental health, was saying
Wow.
it has to be this. I have to be this or I don't have value. If I don't become a famous singer, I don't hold value. That was the message I was telling
Oh
myself.
my God.
And where did that come from? That came from a childhood wound of feeling like my parents never cared enough about me. So if I don't become the greatest, I hold no value. And I think that's a common, perhaps, trauma that a
Very.
lot of
Mhm.
overachievers have. It's like, well, if I don't become the greatest, if I don't make this much money, if I don't blah, 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 I don't hold value. And if I don't hold value, I'm going to be abandoned again or I'm going to be alone.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I went through a very painful process, and probably, honestly, in many ways still am, because it's a learned behavior since childhood. If I don't become this, I can't be loved. So I changed the career, and then I started doing jujitsu full time. And but the same idea persisted. If I can't be the best at jujitsu, I don't hold value. I ended up fracturing my collarbone, like in a fight.
Oh
So
my God.
that's to say, like, the the career changed, but the mental process did not. And so I think for me, what's begun to change and what's changing is like I now ask myself, are you okay? How do you feel? Instead of asking other people, are you okay with me? How do you feel about me? So, I mean, I've changed careers so many times. I've like had to completely cut off an idea of who I thought I was. Like, um, when I lived in London, I wouldn't say I was a socialite, but my life had a socialite aspect. So I thought I had more value because of my social circle or like what my activities were, but I wasn't happy like at all. So I would just say I've been through so many radical life changes. I think when I became um, much more involved in recovery, I started to work on other people's pain, and it taught me a lot about my own, because I
Wow.
realized that I'm working on people who are super, super successful, but we are all suffering in a similar way, which is
Mhm.
we're putting all of this stress and pain into our bodies so that we can function for the rest of the world. And we're not able to come home to
That
ourselves.
hits so close to home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially, giving for hair and makeup, like all
Yeah.
the time. And it's such an exhausting job. But at the end of the day, like I love it so much. So it's like I
Yeah.
don't know when to say no. And like I'll be
Mm.
burnt out, but then like the biggest opportunity comes and I'm like, I can't say no
Mm.
to this. So I just keep going.
It's
It's
a
so
give and a
hard.
take.
Yeah.
And I think also for like for what you're describing, I think so much of it is like it's almost like a rubber band. It's like you go out, you do the opportunity, you do what you need to do, but then you also know when to like self-preserve. Like there's a self-preservation aspect that when you're hustling and when you're going 100 miles per hour, you don't know how to bring it back because the adrenaline's high, you're so
Hmm.
busy, it's like your phone's ringing off the hook. And that's part of the balance is like we're all in our phones, we're all so connected to everyone around us,
Yeah.
and then we're lacking the connection to self of like I really need to sit down for a second. Like, at this point, I will literally just, I know when I'm building up a ton of emotion and I'll be like, you need to cry now. And I will put on a song that I know will trigger point me to
That's so
cry. Because if
funny.
I don't, I
I'm
won't cry.
sorry.
It's so true though.
It's like you're scheduling, like put it on the Google
It
Calendar,
sounds
cry at this
crazy.
time.
It sounds crazy, but like I start to feel like, for example, this past week, I could feel so much anxiety building.
Oh no.
And but I was proud of myself because in the past I would have just caved and been like, everything's going wrong, like I'm
Yeah.
having a panic attack. And instead I was like, all right, cool. What's up? Like
Oh my
what's bothering
gosh.
you? Like
Yeah.
literally me to me, like, girl, what's bothering you? And I went through the list and you know what it was? I was holding so much emotional space for people, places, and things that had nothing to do with my future. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like literally, like, why am I worried about this relationship? This isn't serving me. Like, why
Wow.
am I worried about this person, what they said in this moment? Like, they don't even know that they said it. And if I can't address that with that person and like work through it, I can actually just choose to let it be.
Yeah.
Because one thing I've been learning about adulthood is it's so much about not cutting people off, but understanding that we're all growing through this process. And if it doesn't work between us, I can still love you, but I'm still going where I'm going. But I don't have to hate you in the process. I
Yeah.
can just say, you know
Yeah.
what? And that's radical acceptance. That's
Yeah.
like the whole key, I think, to the nervous system is just being okay with where you're at. And like that's why sometimes I know the crying thing sounds crazy, but when I start to feel this build and build and build of emotions, sometimes it's just my body needs to release the growth process that I'm in. It doesn't have to be more serious than that. Like it doesn't have to be something big. It can just be like growing is hard, change is hard. I'm overwhelmed, but I'm also super excited. I'm grieving who I used to be, but I'm so excited about who I'm becoming. So let me just cry about it. Because literally, that's the easiest way to tell yourself you're okay.
Yeah. And it probably just like regulates you
And
and
then
you
you feel
just
fine.
reset.
I'm
Oh my
telling
gosh.
you,
Just cry it out.
just cry it
Okay,
out.
I'm gonna cry today.
It's so crazy because we always are told, like, don't cry, but it's like crying has always been, it's like washing things away.
Yeah.
You know, like that's why, like, children cry when they're upset and then they're over it.
Yeah.
We're all just big children. Like,
We just
you
need to
know what
get
I
over
mean? We need to
it.
eat, we need to sleep, we need to cry. Like,
Oh
it's
my gosh.
fine.
It's fine. I
It's
love that
fine.
advice. So I want to talk about something. Your hair is different than when I saw you in
Yes. Yes,
California,
it
and I
is.
love that you're opening up about that on social media.
So it's funny, like the conversation we just had about the nervous system.
Hmm.
So I have always struggled with my hair. Like I think the first time I had alopecia, I was 17. My mom had it as well. So I just like all of a sudden lost a ton of hair. And I was like, oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Yeah. And I was going into college. I was 17, starting college in New York
Oh
City.
no.
Like it was insane. I was like, oh, this is fun.
Oh my gosh.
So it's really interesting to be losing hair again now, and it's actually starting to grow back. But what's crazy about it is I realized, and this may sound like super meta, but the more I try and hide myself, the more my body resents me. So,
Wow.
like, the more I try and put extensions in my hair and, like, not take care of myself, the more my hair will fall out because I'm not listening to my body. My body is saying, like, hey, like, your nervous system is overloaded, you're anxious, you're not honoring your body. So we have, like, my body has to literally resort to my immune system having an issue because I'm not listening. And it's like, I think for me, I just never was really okay with myself for many, many, many years. Like, I was always changing my hair color. I was always changing something. Like, I just didn't know how to sit with me as me. And so I think my journey with self has been to just like be honest with where I'm at. Like, yeah, like my hair is falling out. Why? Because I spent half of my life, if not more, in survival mode. So,
Wow.
like, how is my body going to continue to function if I'm constantly trying to survive? Like,
Wow.
and so I think now I'm coming out of survival mode, but my body is like, there's something that happens with there's been like a lot of studies on this, that when your body actually starts to come out of survival mode, your body kind of catches up with how long you've been in it. So like your hair can fall out, you can start breaking out, you can gain weight because of hormones. Like, and I did a hormone panel, my hormones are fine. But I think it's just been, I've put so much stress and anxiety on top of myself. And I just didn't know how to step back and be like, hey, this is me. Like, I'm, I'm not going to try and be perfect anymore. I
Yeah.
can't. I
Wow.
literally can't. Like, being perfect or trying to be perfect or being a perfectionist is
But like by not
heavy.
chasing that, I feel like you're becoming perfect.
Oh, stop it. No, I think like I don't know. It's kind of I think deeper maybe than I even know how to articulate at this point, but I think like when you just learn to like become better at being yourself, and there's highs and lows to that. Like some days I'm like, "Oh, I wish I looked like this person," or like I wish I was whatever, like but I think the more you can just kind of be okay with like, okay, but I'm me.
Yeah.
This is where I'm at. Like there's something that begins to change.
I love it. And I
Thanks.
love like the reception that you got when you posted the
So
videos.
crazy.
Like I feel like everyone loved it. I was like, she looks so beautiful. You have such a beautiful face that like
Oh,
the short hair just makes you like
thank
even
you.
more gorgeous. So I'm like, she should have been doing that the whole time. How do
Oh,
you feel?
I feel I feel just like free,
Like
I
this
would
is such a
say. Thank you.
look.
It's all the time. It's
Oh my
no,
god.
I thank you. Like I think I just it's funny because it happened as I began to run for Grand, and I was like
Wow.
I literally when I took my extensions out, I kid you not, I found the bald patch. It was very obvious. Like you can't really see it right now, but like it was so I was like like I called whoever would answer the phone that was close to me, and I just was bawling. Like I
Oh my
couldn't stop crying
god.
because I was like, how am I going to run for Grand and have like what am I going to do? I was like but the thing actually that bothered me the most is I realized that I'd been neglecting my body. Like that's what actually triggered me the most is seeing it's like when you see your if you see somebody that you love in pain, it triggers you. And when I saw myself like losing hair, it triggered me. I was like, oh my god, like are you okay? Like I think that's what kind
Yeah.
of that was a big shift. And so I feel really good now. I mean, I'm just mostly focused right now on like letting it grow, letting it be healthy, like really checking in with myself and making sure the decisions that I'm trying to make, present and future wise, are aligned with like what actually is good for you.
Yeah.
Not just like what do you want? Like what's actually good for you. But I was really blessed that people were so kind about it, and people like there was a girl that came up to me on my gym, and it just like it floored me when she did this. And we've barely like maybe just like a hi and bye. She came up to me, she's like, "Your video came up on my For You page. I just wanted to tell you like you're so brave." And I just was like about to start crying in
Oh
the
my
gym. She was like, "I
god.
want you to know that I prayed for you," and
Wow.
I almost lost it
I
because
would.
when I tell you, like, when you've spent over a decade trying to hide who you are, and then all of a sudden you have no choice but to like expose yourself, and then someone that you don't even know comes up to you and is like, "I've been," it's like I just couldn't.
That's amazing.
I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Oh my gosh. Well,
It was crazy, and
I feel like it's the best thing that you've done. And I know it wasn't planned, it's not what you've wanted,
yeah.
but this might be like the best thing that's going to happen for you in your career because you're inspiring so many people.
Mhm.
And like, there's so many people that have alopecia and they're wearing wigs and they're
Oh
hiding
yeah.
it.
Oh, thank you, thank
You're
you,
amazing and you're
Lisa.
so
Oh, you're so
brave.
well. I think it's like everybody's got something. Like if it's not something obvious like hair, like there's so many girls that are dealing with hyperthyroidism or like
Hmm.
their hormones are out of
Yeah.
control and they've got insulin resistance or like there are so many things that and men as well, but because I'm a woman, like I primarily would speak
And
to
we're judged like a
we're
hundred times
judged
more on our looks.
so much.
So,
The pressure is so crazy,
yeah.
you know, and I think like and with social media too, like we're always being separated by like, oh, like this person's got a better body or this person's got it's like but if you dig beneath it, it's like those girls, all of us, there's so much pressure. And I think well, I can speak for myself, it's like you start to play a role because you're afraid that if you show people what's really like, hey, like, you know, I used to have like 20 more pounds of weight on me or like whatever. Like you're like, people are gonna judge me and I'm
Yeah.
gonna lose
Yeah.
this or that. And it's hard.
It's so toxic.
It's so toxic.
So I think we are out of time, but I want to do the this or that portion.
Yes.
Oh, these are so fun. Okay. Boxing or jiu-jitsu?
Jiu-jitsu.
Runway or the ring?
Runway.
Early mornings or late nights?
Darn. I love early mornings.
Really?
Yes,
Oh my
because I feel
gosh.
like you get a different side of the world,
Yeah.
you know?
It's like quieter, definitely.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm like, I like just thinking.
She's like, I don't agree, but
Coffee or matcha?
coffee.
Yes. Beach day or mountain getaway?
I would say mountain getaway.
Natural makeup or glam makeup?
If it's done by Beauty by Lady Co, then glam.
I love it. Evening gown or swimsuit?
Swimsuit.
Would you rather win Entrepreneur of the Year or Miss Grand USA?
I think you can win both.
I think you can too.
I think you can too. I think you win one, you win the other.
A red carpet interview or a podcast interview?
Podcast.
Inspiring others or achieving a personal goal?
Inspiring others.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's it. Where can our audience follow you on social media?
You can follow me at Baby Jules on everything. It's BABYYYJULZZ.
Yes, I love it. I can't wait to see more of you. I feel like we have another episode coming up in the future because I feel like there's just still so much more to talk about.
So much.
Yes.
So much.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yay.